Hi, welcome to my channel, Her EXP. In this video today, I want to share with you what is the end of spiritual awakening journey. So everyone, when they start to awaken, they think about what is the end of this journey. Yeah, there is a journey from A to B. Like when we are starting our journey, if there is A, there must be a B too. So I was there before. I was thinking the same way before when I was awakening, just after my awakening. Um, I was like, I am here now at A, then what is B? So, what is B here in our spiritual awakening journey? What is the end of our spiritual awakening journey? Well, I would like to tell you here. If you're thinking this one. So, enlightenment is not the end of the spiritual awakening journey. I will explain you why after explaining another concept. So, the end of the spiritual awakening journey is not enlightenment. It is complete true self realization. You know why? Because we are starting our journey from A and we are going to this B. Now, this A is where we have a false sense of self, which has so many unnecessary parts in us. We are taking unnecessary roles here, unnecessary characters here, doing the actions which are not coming from our original self, and we are doing all that, and we will arrive at that stage at some point of time in our life. So at that time, we will undergo this spiritual awakening process. Suddenly, our ego gets new information about this sense of self. Ego gets the information like this: you're not that, you're not this, you don't like that, you don't like this, you're doing wrong, you're to do something else. So, like this, we will get so much of new information. And when we are getting that new information, ego feels so threatened. So, for the first time, ego will go through this threatening phase where it just can't digest that new information. So, here we will feel like so much of pain because this is a complete new information which we haven't heard before, seen before, experienced before. So this is why that initial spiritual awakening experience will be like it feels like an accident. It's like a sudden shock, and then after that we also feel like lost. So all these we are experiencing in our awakening journey, so that we can go to this B. So what is this B? This B is, as I said before, it is complete self-realization. This is the end of the spiritual awakening journey. Enlightenment is not the end of the spiritual awakening journey, because once we realize our true self completely, now this is the duty of our true self, because the process of enlightenment happens to our true self, not the ego. Ego senses this process. So now ego gets the sense of our true self, which before it had sense of a false self, which self contains some false parts, some missing parts, and then finally arrives at a sense of self where now it can sense its true self here. At that stage, our ego will be in a surrender mode or acceptance mode, where it can allow this true self, this energy to raise. Like our energy can rise only when ego is in alignment with our true self, or agreement with our true self, or surrender with our true self, so that the true self can rise all through our chakras, and with the top chakra come out of that and connect to that oneness, that higher consciousness or super consciousness. And after that it will come back again into this body, but the connection will be there always. So this is in general enlightenment experience, which happens which happens to our true self. True self is going through all that action, whereas ego is sensing the process. It is like, let's take a thermometer. Thermometer has a sensor, temperature sensor. It can sense the temperature, but the temperature is happening outside. There's phenomena happening outside this thermometer. Thermometer is only doing the sensing of the temperature. It is not the temperature. So like that, the true self undergoes this process of enlightenment. And our thing is to discover our true self completely. Once we do that, next things will be done by our true self. It will look for a proper condition, the body condition, the mind condition, and then environmental conditions, so that it can rise all through our chakras. So it is not our thing to do. So what is the thing that we need to do is surrender to that energy, or accept that energy for what it wants to do, or aligning with that energy. If it wants to rise, align with it. So ego must be in alignment with the true self. So when we discover our true self, by the time this ego will be in alignment with our true self already. So it is a constant practice from this A to B, like aligning with our true self in between, and slowly trying to align with our true self more and more, and we will arrive at a stage B, where we will be aligned with our true self completely. And then for some people, enlightenment may happen after complete true self-realization, or it may not happen for them. It is completely based on our true self. This is why for some people, they realize their true self completely well before like 33 years of age or 20 years of age, but they will act with it, in alignment with it, and go through their life. And at the end of their life, that means maybe 70 years or 100 years, at that age, they will experience enlightenment and also liberation, which we term it as Mahamoksha in some texts. So enlightenment happens, that soul, that energy moves all through the chakras, and it becomes one with the that higher consciousness. And after that, it won't come back, because it has completed all the actions that it wanted to do, and so it won't come back. That means it liberates, and that's called Mahamoksha, whereas enlightenment is termed as moksha as per the text. So names, we shall put them aside. We should just focus on the concepts, the phenomena, instead of the names. We don't need names here. Right? Here, I can put a new name for the process too, isn't it? So the names are just for identification purpose. Here, we need to focus on the phenomena. So spiritual awakening means we are in a journey, in an action, where we are now removing the false parts and discovering the new parts. And then slowly, it won't happen in just one day, right? It's very difficult to discover our true self in just one day. It won't happen. It won't happen for me, for you, for anyone in this world. And then the spiritual awakening is for everyone, for me, for you, and for everyone. And it happens the same, and the lessons the same, but the situations will be different. Say, for example, your false part is like doing a job which you don't like to do it at all. But someone may be like doing a business which is not at all resonating with them, but they are doing it just because it is their parents' business. So here this person is about job and for the person is about business, but their lesson is the same. They have to stop doing that particular profession, what they are doing right now, and they have to discover what they truly like to do. What is that? And then this discovery won't happen in just one day. They may find a new skill other than that job or other than that business, and they will try to learn that. And after that, another skill through another profession. So, like this, the skills will add to their skill set, and then one day, based on these skills, they may find a job which resonates with them a lot. They may find a business idea which resonates with them a lot. So, like that, it is a small journey now within that big journey. And once this professional area is over, they may do it for some time. After some years, they won't resonate with that anymore and they will do it another thing. Now here they must leave the attachment with that previous profession. If not, they are obstructing their life. It is an obstacle for their spiritual awakening journey again. So like this, the job, the profession thing. And then we have other things like relationship, where people staying in a unfulfilling relationship or it is not at all resonating with them, but they are in that relationship out of societal pressure or parental pressure, whatever it may be, or it is just coming from genetics, trauma, and conditioning, and they are staying in that. So another example is doing the hobbies which they don't like it at all. Usually, parents or friends they will do the activities from the interest of their parents, and sometimes just because friends are doing that, people do that. And again, here the interest may resonate with them or not. They have to find it, they have to know it. And once they are not resonating with it, they must leave it. If they are doing it just because of that connection with the friends and parents, but they are not at all resonating with it, it is again an attachment, which is again an obstacle for our spiritual awakening journey. We need to discover the activity, that hobby, that interest, which is resonating with us a lot. So, like this, we have so many parts where we need to discover our true self and where we need to remove the false parts. And after doing all these actions, we come to a stage where we have this complete self realization. Okay, I like this. Okay, I don't like this. This is my mindset. So this mindset should match with the interest that your true self wants to express here. So if you are not having that mindset, then you are not going to do that particular activity. So this is now about mind. So this body, this mind, both of its actions must align with our true self, and we can do it like a bit more like while we are awakening. We will do it slowly, and then when we will arrive at a stage B where we will discover our true self completely, not partially. Here, the percentage I can say to like maybe 90%. Um, it's like you know that you want to do artwork like painting, but you don't need to be a perfect painter. So this is where I'm saying the percentage. Like you have discovered that part, but you are not going to do, or you are not going to become a 100% perfect painter, earning millions of dollars. You're not doing that, but you have discovered that part and you're practicing it. So this is where the percentage I'm saying. So like this, from A to B, you will travel in the spiritual awakening journey, and the end, this B, is your complete self-realization. And I would like to say here again, enlightenment is not the end of the spiritual awakening journey. Enlightenment is the the phenomena of our true self, not the phenomena of ego. Ego is there, will be there, just sensing the process. It is not. The only action that it needs to do is surrendering or accepting or aligning with the true self. But before that, ego must align with the true self in its actions, like bodily actions, mental actions like thoughts, getting mindsets, developing proper mindsets for its expression here. If you want to become a painter, then you must have a painting mindset where you will understand about the colors, the mindset about seeing the shades. So it all needs a new mindset for that particular skill. And then creative mindset we must have to be in art too. So like that, we must cultivate mindsets, and then body conditioning. You might have seen so many people who don't have any hands. They do painting with their foot, like toes too, isn't it? So nothing is stopping them from doing the thing they want to do, even though their body conditioning, their body don't have any hands for them to do the particular activity. But still, they condition their body so that their foot toes can do that painting. See how well this ego can condition this body and mind to be aligned with our true self. So this is all the journey we do here, and the B is our complete self-realization. And after that, our true self, it prepares us for enlightenment. It's not in our hands. So enlightenment is a phenomena that happens for our true self, and ego during that time, it will be like a transparent, like allowing the or aligning with the true self, but it is there, it will be there sensing the things. But after liberation, we don't operate here with this body or mind anymore. Then only that this ego will be like dismantled, or it won't be in operation anymore, in charge of this body or mind. So we have completed the actions here. We are not coming back after enlightenment. So why we don't need this ego anymore. We don't need this body anymore. We don't need this mind anymore, because energy, it has expressed here the way it want to, and it has completed expressing here with this body and with this mind, and whatever it wants to do, it did. So it doesn't need any new body, new mind, a new life for its actions. So the end of the spiritual awakening journey is the complete true self-realization, or complete true self-discovery. Thanks for watching. Namaste.